Alright, welcome back. It's the Survival Trio here, back with another video. Sorry for the lack of uploads. We just haven't had the time to get together and do something like this between school sports and school and other things in our lives. So, yeah. Today we're going to be doing a video on fire safety. It's not exactly the greatest, it's not exactly the prime time for fires, but there was a large fire in our area today.
With chemicals.
Yeah, with chemicals, so we'll go over some things you can do with chemical exposure. But yeah, without further ado, we'll jump right into it.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that you can do to prevent fire safety in your home and workplace is fire extinguishers.
Yes.
I know some places, workplace, a lot, they do require it as a rule, but homes, they don't. There's different kinds of fire extinguishers. So for instance, there's fire extinguishers rated for your kitchen, which are more rated for oil fires and grease fires and stuff like that. And then there's some for your garage or your boiler room, as they would say. Sometimes there's the boiler, hot water boiler, your furnace. Sometimes that stuff's in the garage, sometimes that's in the basement, sometimes that's upstairs in its own room or a closet. You want to have a fire extinguisher nearby that is tolerated to deal with that, which those fire extinguishers are more of the heavy duty, like workplace type of fire extinguishers that you would find like at a hardware store and like a fire safety store. There's all kinds of those all over you can get. Yeah, you can also find the kitchen grade one at your hardware store. Like Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, there's a dozen more we could list.
Yeah. And now what happens when you're actually caught in the fire itself? So, like when a fire starts, wherever it is, you want to obviously stay away from that area. And you want to like get low because the smoke is going to stay higher up in the room. So if you get lower, there'll be more oxygen down there. And you want to slowly army crawl towards a door, a window, or really any means of escape. And also, before you open a door or a window, you always want to feel with the back of your hand, just like this instead of like this, because you're more reactant on the back side of your hand. So if you touch it and it's hot, you'll pull away. Whereas if you use the front side of your hand, you'll touch it and then you won't feel it until you've held on to the door handle for, say, a couple minutes. And at that point, you'll just completely burn your hand.
And with that, also, if you touch it with the front side of your hand, you're going to burn a more important side of your hand, because you need this side of the hand to grab things. This side isn't as important. I'm not saying it isn't important, but this side to grab things, if you need to grab a door handle or a window or something to get out of the place, you need to have this side of your hand or some way to grab or open something to get out.
Yeah.
A way to prevent fires is obviously have a fire safety plan. Families, if you're with your family or you have kids or you have people, you need to establish a fire safety plan. I know my family's fire safety plan is get out of the house, go to the nearest fire hydrant. Which is just in my neighbor's yard. That's a good plan. It always depends on the situation. If your neighbor's house is ablaze too, there's a problem. But go to someone trusted. If you have a friend or a family member or a neighbor that you trust or someone, or for all you know, you could go to someone's house. I'm sure they would help you. But that's basically it. And another thing is the fire departments are going to respond, and if your house is fully involved or it's such a big fire, they're not going to risk sending their people in to come and get you. If they need to save their supplies, they need to save them. So you need to find a way out. That's one thing you need to do.
Another way to help is by practicing. So, you want to set an established stopwatch, which you would set a timer for like, say, 4 minutes or something, 5 minutes. That'd be a good time. And you want to time yourself to get out of the house before the timer ends. Because once the timer ends, theoretically your house would pretty much be completely engulfed in flames, and you'd want to be out of there immediately. So again, practice really helps getting out of there in a set amount of time. Also, good idea to practice?
You need to know your stuff. If you know what your house is made out of, if it's made out of a certain type of wood or a certain type of insulation or something like that, some of them have more flammability. Like some mattresses are made out of something different that's really flammable, and some aren't. And another thing is, houses from, I think it's the 60s, they say you had about 17 minutes to get out before it's basically catastrophic. They say now in modern day houses, you have 17 seconds, which that's why you need to establish a plan, be able to get out of your house.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Back to preventing fires. If you're in like the kitchen or something, or anywhere where there's gas or oil or anywhere, make sure you clean up and don't leave anything that's flammable on.
Yeah, check if you're using the oven, the stovetop, something that uses gas or oil
Or the grill.
or the grill. Yes, propane. You need to make sure that's off, because you leave it on and you turn on that light switch. You turn on a light switch, or you even go to open the fridge and the fridge light turns on, your whole house could go up.
Yeah.
It's very scary what could happen with natural gas and propane and other flammable materials.
Yeah. Also, if the fire pertains to grease or gas or oil or anything, always try to eliminate the oxygen and don't put it out with water. Because you know the old saying, water and oil don't mix. So the oil and the water won't mix together, and the oil will catch fire and stay on fire while the water just goes off to the side. So if it's in a pan or something, you want to find a lid for it. Or they have fire blankets, which are thicker blankets that aren't made out of flammable material, and you just wrap it around the fire to eliminate the oxygen.
Another thing you could do with that is, if you're unable to, if there's a gas leak or a gas fire in your house or something like that, you can always figure out, and I'm sure you can buy tools to turn off your gas. There's gas meters on almost every house. I'm not 100% sure, but you should be able to turn off your gas from your gas meter or somewhere in your house, just as a precaution. We can move on to chemical inhalants. There was the plant that exploded today was a large chemical plant, and there was remnants in the air. There was a shelter-in-place order in the town it exploded in. Luckily, the town is north of us, and the wind is blowing north. It is not coming toward us, so our town is okay for now, unless the wind shifts. One thing you can do is close, if you're in your home or a workplace or something like that, close the windows and turn off all ventilation from the outside. That means air conditioning, heating, stuff like that.
Yeah, because air conditioning basically just takes all the air outside and brings it into your house. So you don't want the chemicals from outside getting in.
All air conditioning really does is speed it up and cools it down. It doesn't do much like anything else. It brings air from the outside and then cools it down. That won't do anything to eliminate most chemicals. If there's chemicals in the air needs to be thoroughly washed through processes that I would not understand. But basically, if you're in a vehicle and stuff like that, you want to do basically the same thing. Close all the doors, roll up all the windows, turn off your AC and heat, because same thing with the vehicle, the AC and heat are just pulled in and heated or cooled from the outside. If there's chemicals in the air or you do inhale them, depending on the chemical, like if you inhale carbon dioxide, get outside, get air, drink water, just get out of the home or the vehicle and get fresh air. If you're still having symptoms with that, you need to get medical help with all that. And same smoke inhalation, smoke inhalation is weird. You could inhale smoke and be perfectly fine and then go downhill very, very fast. So if you do inhale smoke, you need to get checked out. Even if it's small amounts, just get fresh air, try to recover. If you go downhill, you need to get medical help. But if you inhale a large amount of smoke and you feel fine, you should still get checked out, because smoke inhalation can be a deadly, deadly thing.
Yeah.
The main cause of deaths and fires is smoke inhalation. don't fact check me on that, but it is a very high percentage.
Yeah.
If you do inhale chemicals, like if you inhale something, figure out what the chemical is, and if you need to, you can contact the Poison Control Center or something like that. They are a 24-hour service that you can call and get help. You can visit hospitals, urgent cares, places like that will get you treated.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. Again, it's not exactly the prime time for fire right now, unless you're somewhere in the summer months.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out past videos and stay tuned for our future videos by subscribing and leaving a like on this video.
While you're at it, make sure you check out Gianni's channel, GBricks11, and then my channel, Caleb Strand. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope everyone enjoyed.
And we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.